Welcome everyone to another anime review. Now this one's going to be on Tales of Zestria The Cross, episode 8. Now this episode basically, continues off from the previous one with Sore, Mikulio, and Lila going their separate ways. Well, Lila's with, Sore. And they basically go off, in search for a ruin. Well, Mikulio goes for ruins, and basically Sore goes to another ruin that is the source of this malevolence that he's been sensing in that previous episode. Now, we barely get any Mikleo scenes in it. We basically see him go diving into underwater ruins, getting attacked by these like weird worm helions, and him poning them with that badass arrow, which he's probably going to use to power himself up and give Sore the edge when he does the transformation thing, like what Sore does with Lila. Now, this episode introduces technically three new characters. We get Edna, the blonde, who's pretty cute. I like her character, but some of their motivations are a bit off, especially with Sore. We get to see that I don't like killing mentality here present in both Edna and Sore. And we also get another new character. He was Z. I forgot his name already. Let me just was Ziva. Zavid. Okay, I have my notes right here. And he's a cool guy, man. He has no shirt on. He has long, white or silver hair, and he has a badass pistol, which it has bullets that can damage and kill helions, which is pretty cool. Basically, it shoots like fireball, purple, blue fireballs from it, and basically just pwned this helion that was attacking Edna, and was obviously like fucking ginormous and terrifying looking. I was like, that does not belong here. That thing is an abomination. And Sore and everyone else was having trouble, trying to defeat it. And Zavid, his name is like a blank slate right now. Basically, just one shots it. Like he just aims. And it looks like he headshotted it, and then the flames just envelop the entire body, just like destroying it. And Sore gets pissed off, saying, "Why did you kill it? We can, purify it." And then here's the whole I don't like killing mentality. It's present in this, and depending on how it's used, I understand. And coming from where Sore's background, I can understand why, but it's still annoying, especially when you have all the facts up front. But we'll get into that later. So Zavid is basically friends of Edna, and the dragon is Edna's brother, whose name is Aizen, not with A from Aizen from Bleach. No, with an E. Aizen? They clearly say it's Aizen, so I guess it can be spelled both ways, apparently. And we get a pretty cool fight scene that's like basically the entire episode. We get to see a bit more development of Edna and Zavid and why they're fighting the dragon, and basically how Edna is a Seraph. Yes, she is a Seraph, folks. I did not get that part wrong. I hope she is a Seraph. Now let's talk about this entire episode. Was basically her, Edna, Lila, Sore, and Zavid versus Aizen, the dragon. And basically, this episode was basically it's broken into like two parts: the explanation, talking backstory part of Edna and basically Zavid, and why they're like kind of fighting Aizen, and why they're traveling and all of that, and the fight portions with that Sore, Lila, and Zavid take place, with mostly Lila being the support for him transformed to Super Saiyan Sore now, or his shepherd form, but it reminds me a lot of Super Saiyan. So anyways, let's move on. The fight, I'm gonna judge the fight. The fight scenes were pretty smooth. If I was to compare it to Unlimited Blade Works, I can see the different style of how the fighting takes place. Since they're fighting this humongous dragon, it's gonna be like that fast-paced, like badass thing that we got from Unlimited Blade Works. No, it's basically fluid, long, heavy strikes, and basically a lot of dodging and distance, moving, because they're fighting this huge enemy. They aren't fighting someone their own size who has like a sword or a melee weapon or range weapon that they have to get up to. But it's like a huge dragon, so the animation fits the fight perfectly. It's very smooth, like the rocks flying off, like the little minute details, like even smaller rocks flying, and basically just like the animations of how the attacks are being executed, and basically the CGI of Futable is really good with their CGI. Basically the fight scene was really, really good. Some people might not like it, I guess. Some of my friends that complain how the fight scene was, even though it looked good, it was too slow. But this is that's like saying that if you're fighting a slug, and it's too slow because a dragon is huge, it's fast, it's ginormous. It's gonna have like a lag delay and all that when it's like executing its moves and all that. And you have to like be prepared because if you like move like a second, that thing, its freaking claws or whatever, its tail is gonna whack you, just like what we see with Sora as in the fight, he got pretty banged up, even though he was in Super Saiyan Sora mode or Shepherd mode. I'm just gonna call it Super Saiyan Sora mode because that's essentially what it looks like, and he was still getting owned, and all his attacks weren't doing anything. Now that could also be attributed to the fact that he doesn't want to kill Aizen, the dragon. But he could have done a little bit better job. But we also know that he's like still starting out, so he's not that of a veteran of a fighter, but he has all these super cool moves. So I don't know, but we get to see Zavid and both Sori take their fair share of damage from the fight, whether it's getting knocked around by rocks, getting slapped by their wings, or getting like nearly seared by like the fireballs that Aizen was like spewing out. Basically, Edna just like just doing stuff like getting in the way and saying, "Don't stop. It's me, brother." I'm just like, okay, okay. Well, her interference eventually causes the dragon or Aizen to leave. If that didn't happen, Sora, Zavid, and everyone else would have gotten pwned, eaten, killed, whatever. Then the story would have ended right there. Nope. Um, yeah, basically this entire episode was basically just introducing both Zavid and basically the purpose of the thing and how now this goes back to like several episodes back when Lila mentioned to Sora that he can have like subcontracts with other Seraphs in order to get their power, but that she's the main one. Now this kind of like reminds me of some of another of like another game that had a form like you had a main one and then what's it, Fairy Fencer F? Like, yeah, it reminds me kind of of that, like, just the whole mechanics of like having contracts and all that, which is pretty cool. So I'm guessing that I've never played Tales of Zestria. I'm saying this again, but I don't know if he gets like a new form if he like uses the power, or it's basically just him merging with Lila. Then, Edna like boosts his power or something like that, or thing with Mikleo as well, where he just has the same hairstyle. That would have been like cool. That would be cool if he has like different forms or different Seraphs if he does that combination transformation Super Saiyan Sore thing. But it is what it is. So basically, the next episode is basically going to be about that epidemic that the malevolence and all that has been spreading, which is just the next episode, episode 9, is going to be called the Town of Epidemic or the Epidemic Town or something like that. So we all know it's all going to center on Alicia, and I don't know. I've gotten friends who basically just spoiled me that basically that the creator of Tales of Zestria, Baba, I think, had like a huge preference over a character that they haven't introduced yet in the anime, and that in the game she would just Alicia just got terrible treatment that a lot of fans are divided over. What was his name? Baba's treatment of her, and they had like a DLC spot so supposed to remedy her, but it just came off as favoritism when when one of the characters, yeah, my friends are trying to explain things to me as I haven't played the game, and as long as they don't spoil story content and just give me like the general idea, like what's going on and all that, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with you guys doing that too, just no spoilers. But anyway, that's about it for this review for Tales of Zestria The Cross episode 8. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. If I missed, you can comment down below if I've missed anything or you just want to clarify some things. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So it's me, Ryan, signing out. You guys and gals have a nice day, evening, night, day, morning, wherever you are at. And I'll see you on the next review, Macross Delta. Ah, man. Can't wait. Well, I'm signing off now. See everyone later.